Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Teen Titans Issue 7, The Rise of Aqualad, and Terror from the Deep. So, I'm in love with the cover. I've been loving Teen Titans so far. So, as we open on into the comic, we get to see Jackson Hyde once again, and he is outside of the Titans Tower, and he's thinking everything that he's always been told he couldn't do or he shouldn't do, like hiding. His mom always telling him to hide his powers, to not chase after boys, just to be different than who he is, hiding himself away from the world. And finally, he can't deal with it anymore. He has to be who he is. So even though he's scared and he wants to turn back and go home, there's a bigger part of him that needs to explore this. And he believes that the Titans are they're going to be the ones to help him with this. So he dives into the ocean. This is the first time he has ever been to the ocean. So he dives on in, and we get to see all of his markings, which, no, he does not know what they are, but they all jolt to light. So back on into the current story, we get to see the Titans are struggling with King Shark. So, of course, we get this great little panel work introducing all of the Titans. Not that they really need it, but still great artwork. And I love it because Robin, he has his fist, and in his fist he has a number of blades pop out. I'm not really sure if you can tell or not, but he has a number of blades that pop up, and he screams, "Begin maneuver X!" And it's like, really? Wolverine, like blades, maneuver X. Ha ha ha. So, of course, none of his team know what the hell he's talking about. He's like, maneuver X? He's like, is there a maneuver A? And of course, they're all wondering what exactly is he talking about. He's like, is that the... Like Kid Flash says, is that the one where I run around and I cause a whirlpool? Or is that the one where I just move my hands really quickly and then I cause cyclone? He's like, which one is that again? So, of course, they don't really know what's going on, and Raven finally says, yeah, Robin's gonna be so mad. So, Robin's just jumping in, blades and glory, and King Shark just swats him away like a little bug. And it's actually Starfire that saves him, has him cradled in her arms, and says, I have you. I am here. And he's like, and what are you doing here? You're supposed to be over there. Apparently, he gave his entire team a playbook that had a number of different scenarios in it and positions, and I guess no one read it. Knowing Robin, it was probably like this thick, and it was probably really, really, really dense, really small print, very detailed, and they're probably like, yep, no, not gonna happen. So below Alcatraz, we get to see King Shark, and all of the inmates that had gone missing earlier on, yeah, he turned them into shark people. Because, shark people. That needed to happen. It's shark people. King Shark. It's all good. So, back in the Titans Tower, Damian is telling his team how much of a disappointment they all are, that basically they all suck at life. But it's okay, though, because Robin always has a backup plan. So he tagged Shark with a tracker as soon as he touched him. So he knows exactly where he is, and then they're greeted by young Jackson Hyde. So, of course, Damien just jumps to Jackson and he wants to fight him. He's asking him how on earth he got through all of his defenses, how he made it past the lasers, how he made it past this and that. How is he alive? How is he not imprisoned? How is this possible? And Jackson says, the furry thing let me in? Yeah, Goliath, you're in trouble because you're not allowed to let strangers in the door. Bad Goliath. So once again, Damien calls him stupid bat. So he's saying, hey, sorry, don't be mad at him. I just didn't know where else to go. So, of course, the team, they're trying to figure out what exactly is up with Jackson. And he's telling them all that he basically speaks to water. And he doesn't know that much about where he comes from or his powers come from, but he's hoping that they could help him with that. Of course, Damien doesn't want anything to do with him. He actually calls him Squirt Gun and says that this facility is a ground level version of the Watchtower, and this team will be equal to the Justice League, or better, and that he himself selected each of the individual members due to their skill and experience. And he's not going to take some brand new, random newbie. He is not going to take on some kind of little weakling to take down the entire team. He's not interested. You can leave. You don't fit. So, of course, Jackson, kind of being hurt by all that, says, okay, if I don't belong here, I guess I don't belong anywhere. So Starfire and a number of the other team members are like, hey, you're just kind of being a little hard on him, aren't you? But just then, we get to see the same reporter that was kidnapped earlier on in the storyline is, of course, being held by King Shark, and he's broadcasting that he is now going to take over the world. He and his shark people army are going to kill all of their prisoners, starting with this reporter. So, of course, the Titans have to rush to them. And Jackson wants to help, but Robin's telling him, well, you'd just get in the way, wouldn't you, Squirt Gun? So, of course, the reporter's going to be the first one to die until the Titans show up. So together they do work well as a team, and they do take down the shark army that has been created. I love this because Kid Flash is kind of being overpowered by a number of the Sharkmen, and he can't get them off them. And it's actually Raven that helps him, and with her abilities, she saves both Kid Flash and the reporter. And, you know, we get a little bit of a sneak peek into their relationship that's kind of brewing, you know? They flirt enough. But it's then that they get the idea to work together as a team. So, with Kid Flash carrying Raven on his back, they're able to teleport around and take out a number of the Sharkmen, while the rest of their team takes down the remaining Sharkmen. And it's up to Robin to take down King Shark. So, of course, King Shark says it doesn't matter. He can build another army, and then another one, and then another one. He is going to defeat the surface world, no matter the cost. And we get to see a little bit of an exchange between Robin and King Shark. And there's a large wave that happens. Also, just an amazing little advertisement for the Lazarus contract. If you're not already interested in it, you should definitely check it out. I'm super stoked for it. So, we get to find out that that wave was actually Jackson Hyde. So once again, Robin's not interested. He's like, yeah, Squirt Gun, get out of the way before you get yourself killed. So Robin actually ends up getting himself pulled down into the depths of the water by King Shark. And it looks like he's actually going to end up getting drowned until Jackson Hyde comes to his rescue and starts to swim him up to the surface. And he starts to run out of air, and he begins to panic until his gills open up. And of course, this is the first time this has ever happened to him. He has no understanding of who he truly is. So when he finally emerges from the water, he realizes this is where I belong. And he's carrying a incapacitated Robin, and the rest of the Titans are all circling around. So this is the rise of Aqualad. Very excited for that. And we actually get to see that at the end of the comic, Damian Wayne accepts him as a Titan, even giving him a new costume. And basically tells him that he can stay, but don't get too comfortable. So finally, at the Nemo outpost, you get to see King Shark basically getting reprimanded for showing his cards a little too early, and he's talking about exactly what had transpired, that there was a young boy, a teenager, that he could handle himself in water. He spoke to water. He was able to control it. And then we see none other than Black Manta. And of course, he wants to know everything he can about this new player. So we all know that Aqualad is actually the son of Black Manta, even though Aqualad doesn't know that. So the next issue is going to be the Lazarus contract. So I'm super excited for that. I already have my covers already ordered for it. I've really been enjoying this run of the new Teen Titans. I feel like Damian's really coming into his own, and for the first time really hanging out with a lot of individuals of similar ages and similar skill sets. So this is the first time that he's actually able to really wind down and be a kid. Between this and Super Sons, I feel like Damian Wayne is growing leaps and bounds as a person. So I've really been enjoying Teen Titans. Give me a like if you like this video, comment below and tell me whether or not you're currently reading Teen Titans, and if you're enjoying it as much as I am. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.